Greetings everyone, my name is Anirudh and I am here to explain question 21 of the transport phenomena assignment, which is a question from the re-exam of 2009, the question number 6, which is for 5 marks. The question is as follows. Copper wire has a radius of 1.234 mm and a length of 1.23 meters. For what voltage drop would the temperature rise at the wire axis be 15 degrees Celsius if the surface temperature of the wire is 25 degrees Celsius? So what we have here is a cylinder. We can take this wire as a cylinder. We have its radius as 1.234 mm and its length as 1.234 meters. Now, the question is asking us to find out if the surface temperature of this if the surface temperature T naught of this is equal to say 25 degrees Celsius, what what amount of voltage drop would you need to apply for this temperature at the axis T1 to be equal to this 25 degrees Celsius plus the rise in temperature, which is 15 degrees Celsius, which is 40 degrees Celsius. So the question is asking us to find out how much voltage drop would you need to apply to get the wire at the set axis of this wire at 40 degrees Celsius, which is a 15-degree increase rise. Now, for the solution, first we must see what data is given to us. The data that is given to us is the Lorentz number for copper, which is 2.23 into 10 power minus 8 volt square per Kelvin square. The radius, which is given as 1.234 mm, which in standard units is 1.234 into 10 power minus 3 meters. The length of the wire, which is 1.234 meters, which is already in SI. The surface temperature of the wire, which is 25 degrees Celsius, which is written as 298 Kelvin in standard units, and the temperature rise at the axis, which is 15 degrees Celsius. So if you calculate the temperature at the axis, it would be another 15 degrees on top of this 298, which would be 313 Kelvin. Now, to get this, we have to understand that why this temperature increase is happening. The temperature increase is happening because when you give a voltage, there is an I square R loss. This I square R loss is rewritten as this, which because resistance can be rewritten as 1 by conductivity, and here the conductivity is electrical conductivity, which is in the units of ohm inverse centimeter inverse, and the current is in current density format, which is amperes per centimeter square. Now, to get the temperature at the axis, we need to know the distribution of temperature in this kind of heated wire. Get that from this equation. By doing shell balance, we can get this. We get this formula, which states that the change in temperature between the surface to any point inside the wire is this function, which is where SE is heat generation, heat production per volume, which is which is the I square R losses divided by 4K into 1 minus R by R square, R by R whole square. Now this is very reminiscent of our of our momentum transfer. It's a parabolic function. Now we needed the axis, so at the axis the radius is 0, so this term becomes 0. We just end up with this term. So we have our rise in temperature is now this. A rise in temperature is this. Now we know that heat production, which is SE, is I square by KE, and by applying Ohm's law we can get this as well. This is another rewritten version of Ohm's law where I is directly proportional to your voltage drop, but here since it's current density we have a division by L. Now combining this combining this equation, and this equation, we get this equation over here, which is which relates the rise in temperature to voltage. Now here we have terms such as electrical conductivity and thermal conductivity, which is not directly given to us for this wire, but we do have Lorentz number, and Lorentz number is known as a function of Lorentz number is a dimensionless number. It is the thermal conduct. It's a relationship between the thermal conductivity and the electrical conductivity and the temperature for a given element. So this is what the Lorentz number is, which, and we can see that we have some of these terms over here, T naught, Ke, K, all of these are reminiscent of the or from the Lorentz number. So now when we rewrite this to get our electrical conductivity, which is what we've been asked to find in the question, the voltage drop. We have been asked to find the voltage drop, and E is our voltage drop here. So when we rearrange these terms, we get E is equal to this formula over here, 2L by R into root of K by Ke T naught into root of T naught T1 minus T naught. We get this by multiplying and dividing by T naught, so that we can write it in this format. Now this here is our Lorentz number, and because as you can see here, inside the root we have multiplied by T naught, and then inside the root we have divided by T naught. So this is our manipulation, so that we can form the Lorentz number, which is given to us because we are not directly given K and Ke. So, and we know this Lorentz number as 2.23 10 power minus 8 volt square per Kelvin square. So substituting that here, we have every other term. This is your length of the wire, which is 1.234 meters. This is your radius of the wire. This is your radius of the wire, which is given as 1.234 mm. This is your Lorentz number, which is given as 2.23 into 10 power minus 8 volt square per Kelvin square. This is your surface temperature T naught, which is given as 298 Kelvin or 25 degrees Celsius. And this is your rise in temperature, which is 50 degrees. So substituting all of these values, we know everything except voltage drop. Substituting these, we get a voltage drop of 19.968 volts, which can be approximated as 20 volts. Thank you.